Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I was actually playing this with my mom earlier today, so that's why I didn't stream it, my kitty sitting thing. This game's actually pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. Plus, they actually have the shit they're supposed to have, like controller support. Yeah, I want to see how this runs when I got it hooked up. It's really hot in my room right now, so just want to test this out really quick. Probably gonna not be on for very long tonight. I got back yesterday, but I was really tired. I took a COVID test, and I'm negative, so don't have that to worry about. I guess when they have such strict requirements to go, it's pretty safe. I'm just like tired. I've had like headaches and stuff, but I don't have COVID, so that's like the worst thing it could be. Can't get any worse than that, so I'm good. Take it easy for a couple days, I think. It's a lot of walking, it's a lot of social interaction. All that kind of gets exhausting after a while. Other than that, I'm good.
Your spirit is broken. Get recharged.
This comes out on PC tomorrow, by the way. Anybody who's interested in playing this and doesn't have a strong device. I can't comment much on the optimization. I have a pretty powerful phone. It's mostly just been when I've been in town, and when it's downloading the resources, because this game is like 10 gigs, so it's running pretty poorly. But then as soon as it downloaded everything, it's been pretty solid, stable 60. I don't know why the hell they announced this game when and where they did. It's not a bad game at all. It's actually, you can do a lot worse than this game on mobile, that's for sure. Like there's way worse games than this. They announced it at the wrong place at the wrong time. They announced it at a place where people are expecting like Diablo 4, and then like this game has a lot of polish. It's actually really well polished. I don't know why they announced it. They can't have possibly been that far in development. Cause that BlizzCon was like what, like 4 years ago? 3-4 years ago at least. I don't know what possessed them to think that was a good idea. That's the 1-2 punch of bad marketing. You announce a mobile game and then there's no mainline like
Recharge.
finite purchase game, and then the game is like years out anyway. So yeah, this game isn't bad at all. It's not. I've played way worse games on mobile than this. This is a pretty functional, solid game. I can't comment on the paywall if there is one. Pretty sure there is one. Nah, they announced this way before.
Need something reforged? Salvaged?
They
Maybe?
announced this way before all the drama with everybody at their company being like misogynistic assholes. That was like way before any of that got outed.
Back to work
I
then.
don't think that has any bearing on it. I think it's just they didn't have anything else to show, so they announced this, and it wasn't what people wanted. Which, I mean, yeah, they're like hardcore PC gamers. Like, you announce a mobile game, it's not gonna go over well. Take a rocket scientist to know that's not a good idea. This game is pretty solid. I probably will stick with it, especially since I quit KOF All Stars yesterday. I uninstalled the game. I'm getting tired of it. I'm cool with playing this and the Dynasty Warriors game. Pretty much just those two, and PGR. I don't really need anything else. I just don't like the direction that game is going. I'm tired of it. I'm hearing this game is pay to win, but I get it's kind of like a buzzword at this point. It's like, do you hit a paywall, or is it just you need to spend like thousands of dollars to like be at the top of the leaderboards, which most sane people without infinite money don't care about. I haven't really seen anything resembling a paywall in this game. It's mostly just been you get more chances. I guess like for PvP or something. PvP in these games is always just a circle jerk. Who can spend the most money? There's no skill. I can spend a couple bucks a month and just have fun playing this casually. I'm cool. I don't care about being top 1%. I don't have the money to do that. I don't know. You gotta take comments like that at face value. People get so crazy about it. It's like, most of these games you can't play The really bad ones have, like, paywalls where you can't... Like, you literally, like, can't play the game past a certain point. They force you to pay. I don't think there's anything like that in this game. Unless you're trying to, like, top the leaderboards or do PvP, but PvP in these games is always awful. Even PGR has that problem. PGR is strictly a PvE game, but they have co-op, and the co-op, you can get 5-star weapons, which is, like, the best thing you can get as a free player. But the netcode is terrible, and, like, it doesn't work, because the game is full manual, skill-based combat. There's no, like, one-shotting everything on the screen by pushing a button. There's nothing like that in the game at all. So, the game is, like, expecting you to dodge attacks and stuff, and you can't, because there's so much lag. Like, even that game has that problem. So it's like, if you pay in that game, you don't have to deal with that. It's a shame. The co-op in that game could be really fun, but it has the same weakness as every fun fighting game, where netcode doesn't allow you to play it the way they're wanting you to. Barely anyone even plays the co-op because it's not fun. Like, the whole fun of the game is the skill-based combat, where you can't just button mash. You have to actually play the game, and spending money doesn't make you invincible. It's a skill-based game. But then you get plopped in co-op, and you can't really play the game the way they want you to.
Not yet. Patience.
Whoa. What happened? Hello?
Not yet. You requested this.
game is probably going to be unplayable tomorrow, by the way. Because right now this is only on mobile, and the game does not work on emulators apparently, so pretty much the only people playing this are people that have a device. Tomorrow it comes out on PC, today. So I expect the servers to be hammered, like pretty much any other online game. It's like, will stop working completely. I don't expect to play this later today, I'll tell you that much. Let's go on PGR. Ah, shit. Minor malfunction. Let's try to fix that. Alright, that should be better. Let's go ahead and do Pain Cage. The Phantom Pain Cage.
Mina, 勝利を収めましょう。
みんな。We're gonna reset that. That's a reset. I need those. I need the items from this.
退きなさい。天秤のカラスは私も行きます。これが最後の戦いだといいですね。指揮官。
Well, this game is not pay to win. This is like the most balanced microtransactions. I mean, they still have the whale traps in there, but there's like nothing in the game that requires it. I think that's one thing that bothers me when people complain about it. that kind of stuff. It's like they have to put stuff like that in there because it makes them money. But if the game is good, then you don't need that stuff. It's just there for the people that have tons of money. Or the people that don't, that pretend that they do, and they're not eating or feeding their kids or they're not maintaining their relationships and stuff. Like, other than that, this game, it's mostly just the whale traps in this is the skins, which have no gameplay advantage at all. And I guess if you want to max out the characters, it takes like hundreds of dollars, but you don't need to. Get punched.
失敗の中で勝利を目指し、危険な状況の中で穏便を追求する。
Who's on Call of Duty Warzone today? No, I can't do fire. I'm not gonna rank high this week. I'm working on the Lightning team right now, and the new character. There aren't really any good fire characters right now, anyway. That's a reset.
忘れませんから絶対に私は指揮官の翼です指示をお願いします先人のカラスバ
あとは任せとけ腰が動いて大丈夫だ
この一撃で
天気
この程度じゃこの一撃からそれを私の刃になってください。
狂気の実実の駆け引き
道
形のない形に隙のない隙
切り開きます。
形のない形に隙のない隙
この一撃で先人のカラスバ私も行きます。まだ終わりじゃありません。カラスバよ私の刃になってください。
あとは任しとけ失敗の中で勝利を目指し危険な状況の中で穏便を追求する
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty score. We'll improve that later. I'm actually pretty tired. I'm gonna probably go to bed in a little bit. Seems like it's working fine. It's really hot in my room, which is making the phone generate more heat. Until the AC is turned on, there's nothing I can do about that, so... I think I'm just gonna knock this out, and might call it a night. Let's see, when does my subscription wear out? Let's see. 2 days. Alright, well, we can wait on that. As you can't buy this one. I'd rather have them expire on the same day. So otherwise I'm paying twice a month instead of once. They don't expire at the same time. Alright. Got a bunch of runs of this. Yeah, actually, I might try PS3 emulator after this, and then I'm gonna probably go to bed. Pretty tired. I mean, I got a test today, so I don't have COVID. it's just con fatigue. You go from constant stimulation, being around like lots of people, to I mean, however crazy your life is, your normal life is, it's not going to be as crazy as a con. So you get kind of tired. The overstimulation is gone. You know, now that everybody's wearing masks, you don't really get sick after cons anymore. Like, even before the pandemic, I'd usually come back, I'd have like a cold or something. Now that everybody's wearing masks, California still has, especially the area it's in, they have pretty strict mask mandates. Like, I'm not sick, just tired. There's a pretty big difference, especially in a pandemic. I probably can recall, I don't know how long you guys have been subscribed, but last time I went to that con, I was really... just had a cold for a couple days. I want to say I'll probably keep wearing a mask, even after, like... Well, like, where I am right now, they basically don't really do... They recommend it, but they don't force it. But honestly, outside of the time I had COVID, I have not been sick at all. I could have caught that from anybody. I mean, I got the strain that's like way more contagious, but like not really, doesn't really have any lasting or dangerous effects. I could see myself just keep wearing a mask, especially when I go to like events like that.
これが最後の戦いだといいですね。指揮官。
So I mean, I got the test today.
「私は指揮官の翼です。指示をお願いします。先人のカラスバ。先人のカラスバ。
虚虚実実の駆け引き銃を持ってこうって体力が爆発するぞ。
道切り開きます。
虚虚実実の駆け引き銃を持ってこうって虚虚実実の駆け引き銃を持ってこうって
先人のカラスバ。これが最後の戦いだといいですね。指揮官。
Alright. I don't know, whenever I either go on vacation or I don't go to my neighbor's house to work over there, my service game stuff gets all thrown out of whack. So I don't remember what I was doing. But I stopped playing KOF All-Star. I uninstalled it. I just quit cold turkey. I was getting tired of playing it. I heard they added more floors to the tower, and I guess it's just a whale circle jerk, which is what the game has already been for a while, but it's worse now. They're very clear with their intentions, the direction they want that game to go, and I'm not really sure I'm on board anymore. I think I'm good to not be around for that. Which sucks, but I'm tired of investing time and money in that game, and they just power creep so much. I'd rather just play this game, to be honest. This is the one I'll stick with, for sure. It fits my time and money constraints. I just wasn't liking the gameplay much anymore either. It just felt like a job. I start to really get tired of these games. They feel like jobs. Where's Darwin? There we go. Let's get 2. Oh, that's right. Noen comes out on the Chinese version, I think today. It's either today or tomorrow. It's sometime this week he comes out. I'll definitely make a video on him. He looks like my kind of shit. Dual-wielding, fast-paced male character Where do I sign? I'm all about that. This game manages to have a pretty diverse roster. And they have, like, almost no lollies. Like, everybody, for the most part, most of them actually look like actual fighters. Alright. Alright. See, do I want to do anything else? It might be done. Let me see what's on Twitch. So I think I should probably take it easy another day. So I don't have the pandemic. I like generally come back pretty tired. Even before all this pandemic nonsense, usually come back pretty exhausted. Like you don't want to overexert yourself, because you're already overexerting yourself for like almost a week. Man, there's like nothing on Twitch right now. Nothing. It's kind of like, maybe I'll just turn off the stream and watch something comfy. But there's nothing on right now. I guess I can go a little bit longer. I don't expect to be able to play Diablo Immortal tomorrow or today. I highly doubt it. It was like the game admittedly, the biggest paywall with Diablo Immortal right now is the fact that it's not on PC and it's not on console. Like, I don't know how much of a paywall there is, like the actual game, but right now it seems like they made almost all the right decisions with it. They have a PC port, they have controller support. I was able to get into the options right away, which is something a lot of these other games I've tried do not let you do. Even Honkai Impact 3, which is like one of the biggest mobile games. I remember I played that and I almost didn't stick around because it was running at like sub HD resolution, like 20 FPS. It turns out I had to play for like 20 minutes to get to the options menu. They did a lot right with it. I think it's just they announced it at the wrong place and they announced it at the wrong time, meaning that both the convention it was announced at and the fact that they were obviously really early on in development, because there's like no way the game would take that long to come out. I don't know why they announced it when they did. It's not a bad game at all. It's very well made. I can't comment on the monetization. The only thing I bought was the battle pass and the storage space, which I'll buy that on basically anything I play for more than a few hours. As I know I'll get my money back from that. I'm not gonna spend like $100 a month on anything crazy like that, but I think, yeah, they definitely have an uphill battle. I wonder if the game is pay to win. Like, will they like backpedal on it? Because that happens a lot too. Like, sometimes they realize we'll make more money if you make it so people who are responsible adults that don't like blow their load and then can't pay bills. like if they can toss a couple bucks at the game and not feel like they're being completely left behind. Let me see. Let me give me a moment here. I want to look up when that PGR thing is. When is it? Wonder if their new open world game is gonna have the same monetization model. Like, I could see that game actually having a serious chance at competing with Genshin Impact. That's like the main thing people hate about that game, is the monetization. I'm like, yeah, I played Honkai for a while, and I just couldn't support it anymore. I couldn't play it. PGR has better combat anyway. Like, just upgrade. Yeah, I can't find a release date. Definitely sucks when you find one of these games you like and then you get to the paywall. It's like, well, cough up the money or find something else to play. That's kind of how I felt with Honkai. I'm like, I had fun playing it, what it was, but I just couldn't support it. It's too expensive. Oh, it's next Thursday. Yeah, it is today. Ah, oh, we'll check that out too. Alright. Try playing this a little bit more, I guess. I just hope their open world game won't have the same trappings a lot of them have, where they give you a stamina system, and you have like you can run about as much as an obese smoker. I'm tired of that. That Sonic Frontiers game looked pretty jank and uninteresting, but at least it's like you're playing a character known for moving fast. That's an improvement over most open world games, really. It's just like they can get every other component of the game to be like that, but that does solve like one of the biggest problems with stuff like Genshin Impact and Breath of the Wild, where the world is massive, but you can sprint for like 5 seconds before being tired. It'll be interesting. I haven't really seen it. Have they shown any combat on that game yet? I think it's a given they'll nail the running. But I don't know if it's gonna be Jank City when you actually fight something. This combat in Sonic games has usually been pretty throwaway.
Not yet recharged. better. So much to learn, I see. My strength returns. My strength returns. My strength fails. Heal. I cannot survive much longer. Still recharging. I must. Not yet. Not yet. Still recharging. The gods favor me.
don't get it. How do I get the gem? uh... You gotta cough up for these, huh? Open the wallet. Oh boy, PvP, man, I can't wait to do that. I'm thrilled. Get one shot by some guy who's got like put like 10 grand in the game in the first day. Where do I sign? You know that's what it's gonna be like. Gotta make sure people like that feel vindicated. It's always like that. Not interested. I don't know, KOF All-Star actually has pretty decent PvP. It's just all the shit they've added to it, where, like, you hit somebody and they freeze or turn invincible, or they reflect the damage at you. Like, that shit ruined it. It's like that game already has the thing where your stats don't matter. It's all the other stuff
Hello.
is what ruins it.
I see. Hello. How can I help?
That's why it was cool when they had that dream match mode where all that stuff was disabled. You had to actually play the game.
quite proud of the work there, actually.
I'd say KOF All-Star would have some of the best PvP in these games, but all the core effects ruin it. They really just kill any chance of that happening. It sucks, but I feel like they're self-aware. They knew that that was a problem. Honestly, know how unfun it is to actually land a punish in a fighting game and then just have them be in hyper armor or you get stunned. Like, it's a terrible feeling. Like, every fighting game is, no matter how many combos it has or mechanics, it's all about you land a punish and then you get the best damage you can off that.
How about you? Not ready. With God's favor. 1,001 gods strike through me. Yield.
Why is it saying video capture unlocked? I mean, you're either playing this on a phone or a computer. You can already record it. It's like built in.
The gods wish for my survival.
Maybe it's for like PlayStation 4 share kind of thing where something cool happens, you can record it. I mean, it's not like this game is on the Switch. The Switch, you only get 30 seconds. Like, that's the kind of thing where you need that, really.
Ina, grant me focus.
You cannot use the Switch game Switch capture to really do that kind of stuff.
Stance already. I do for you? No? Well, good luck out there. What can I do for you? A job well done.
Wow, it actually refunds materials you use, which is a big problem I have on a lot of these games. I hate when they do that. You know, like, upgrade something and then you get something that's better. Avengers had that problem. That was one of the worst things about Avengers. It was like, you could upgrade stuff, but you got something better every 30 seconds. So, and you didn't get your stuff back. So, it's like, what's the point? I'm telling you, this game is actually pretty well designed. It has a lot of the things that... It doesn't have a lot of the things that really annoy you about these kinds of games. I can't count how many games I played with loot that don't refund the shit that you spend when you dismantle it. You get, like, absolutely nothing back. PGR actually does that too, which is really nice. It's not, like, full one-to-one, but I think they give you, like, 70 to 80% back, which is fine. You're still getting most of it back, and most is better than nothing. And they really want me to play PvP? Not gonna happen. Alright, well, I think I'm done with this for now. Gonna try out, like, one thing here, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Lightning Collection Metallic White Ranger. That was like the dumbest thing they did on Power Rangers. Why would you make a figure of that? That shit is stupid. Like, it's like literally like clone moveset in a Musou game. It's like, okay, we just put some glitter on the costume. Man, I wish Power Rangers in general would like realize that there's other stuff out there that's better than Mighty Morphin, and like stop circle jerking it so much. Like, yes, it's popular, but there's better stuff after it, and it gets like almost no representation. Like, none. It's sad, really. I think the Marvel's probably going to have that problem too. They're going to keep putting out Captain America and Iron Man stuff, even though they're trying to like distance themselves from those characters, because the actors don't want to play them anymore. Alright, I'm trying to set something up. Just give me a moment. Hello. It's loading something. Hold on. Patience. Patience. Alright. Alright, do I have a functional video game? That is a true question. Let's see. Really loud. That's better.
何一つ聞こえはしない。
いざ勝負。皆の者、ここは一つ拙者に任せい。勝負あり。
Compiling shaders, it's gonna be really laggy. I really like when both Samurai Warriors 5 and Stranger in Paradise do this, but it's compiling shaders at the beginning, right? But they can't even be bothered to make like a screen for it that tells you like, look, the game is loading. This is a one-time process, and after that you'll be playing in a couple seconds. Samurai Warriors 5 and Stranger Paradise both do that. Your computer's jet engine like turns on, like the base PS4. They can't even be bothered to make a graphic. You don't even have to make a graphic, just like put compiling shaders. Like, at least Monster Hunter Rise PC port does that. Like, anytime you update the game or they add something to it, it has to do that, but it tells you. And it gives you a load bar. It's like, that's fine. Like, don't just give me a black screen. But obviously these games are not intended to have like a shader compilation thing going on, so it just looks a little wonky until it gets all the shaders. Yamada!
組など欲しくはない。行くぞ。敵軍に報いる一死となるまで。
So Andrew, you still playing KOF? I saw that update and I just uninstalled the game. I dropped it cold turkey. I'm done. I'm not gonna make like a post on the Reddit about it, my leaving, but yeah. That was enough to push me over the edge. Probably gonna get a lot worse from here on out. I should give my account to somebody. Somebody just like wants to play the game. Like, look, here's a decent account. You can play like most of the content, most of the characters. I don't even want to sell it. Just like, just take it. I don't want it anymore. I haven't really been having fun playing it. Ah, that's not bad. I don't know, it's just like they haven't really added any new content. It's basically just been more characters. I feel like they've added much. I don't blame people for getting bored with it. That game has a lot of homework. They reduced some of the homework, but it still takes a long time to do everything. The game does not really respect your time that much. The amount of homework and the power creep. Like, if you don't play that game like all the time, it could definitely feel like you're wasting your time. They said they're going to reduce the homework, but power creep's not going to change. They've made it very apparent they want the game. They made it very apparent they want the game to have all that power creep. So reducing the homework doesn't really matter to me. PGR homework is like 20 minutes for the whole day. Maybe a little bit more, depending on how thorough you are. It's like minimal time and money investment. The game is really high quality too. I'd rather my money go to that, to be honest. Especially because in that game you get a character guaranteed just buying the monthly card. Like, you can't beat that. That's cool if you still have fun playing it, but it's starting to rub me the wrong way. It's like I think I'm just done. Diablo Immortal is pretty fun. I like that game. Pinnacle of Combat, if it ever gets updated again. Go back and play that. That's a big if. That game seems just stillborn right now. I still keep it installed because I like the Bloody Palace. And I spent enough on the game that I have Virgil. I had the majority of the movesets unlocked. It's fun to just play for free. I don't spend a cent on it anymore. I had fun playing it again for a while, but it's just started to feel like a job again. Also, the power creep wasn't that bad at the point that I came back. Now it's out of control. Got a lot of single-player games to play. I have other service games to play. Kind of wanted to move on. I definitely had fun playing it for a while. Again, the Guilty Gear collab was awesome. I like that. You go through the Tales series, huh? That's a nightmare and a half right there. Those games are so inaccessible. I'm not even talking about the quality of the games, just like playing them is a nightmare. Can only buy what, like 4 of them on PC? Out of like 15 of them? Less than 30% of them. You got them all ready to go, alright, yeah. That helps. You shouldn't have to do that, though. That's the thing. Like, even Ys is, like, more relevant than Tales right now, simply because you can play almost the entire E-series on PC, which means that you'll always have access to them. You won't ever lose access.
の匂い気骨を震わせよるわ
Tales accessibility is a joke.
貴様があの家康の死だと貴様の何があのギザ
No, this timed out too. Come on! Fix these games already, man. I'm getting annoyed with this. They fixed all the shitty games. They won't fix this. I'm getting tired of this. Like, why don't they make these games work? It's like the best games to play on here is they don't fucking put them on PC or Switch or anything. So fucking annoying. I want to play these again. I want to play them again. And it keeps fucking crashing. Like, why don't they fix it? I don't fucking care about why the games that you can just play on PC. They work on those. They don't fix these games. Makes no damn sense. Fix the stuff that's stuck on console. It's annoying. It's been like this for years. They won't fix it. Yeah, I am. It's like both of them, all three of them just crash non-stop. It's really irritating. Stop wasting time on the games that are on PC. Like, it's not needed. Just buy the damn thing and play it. It's like, how much do I have to donate to their Patreon to fix this game? Like, like they make so much money. And one of them fix it? This guy says it right here. This guy is a hero. Right here. And waiting years for the sound problem to be fixed, and the resolution scale, nothing yet. And the games have problems with multi-thread RSX too. I tested this game using everything possible in many ways and combinations. Every time BGM just stops and the game crashes after some time. Yeah, exactly. Fix it, please. What the fuck? Just fix the game. Yeah, but I want to play 3 and 4, and I can't do that in Dolphin. I would gladly donate to their Patreon if they would fix these games. They're both, all of them are stuck on console. There's no PC port. Like, I don't know. They waste time on some games that, like, they don't need to be. I feel like stuff like that. I'm ignoring my favoritism, how much I love the games and stuff. I feel like stuff like that should be a priority over other stuff because they're stuck on consoles. There's no other way to play them. Especially Basara 3, like, you can't even buy that anymore, really. It's pretty much lost media. Like, shouldn't that be a priority over something you can play on PC. You can just download a port and pay for it legally and be done. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's weird. It's like, dude, I don't care about playing Call of Duty on RPCS3. Like, you could just go buy that game on PC and be done. Fix this, please. It's the most annoying thing about RPCS3. They don't fix stuff that needs to be fixed. Dude, they're getting like $2,700 a month. Basara 3 does not need a translation patch anywhere near as much as 4 does. Because 4 has the inscription system, and there's like 100 different things you can put on the weapons. And it's all in Japanese, and there's no title or anything to really differentiate it. Basara 3 has just the stuff, the items you can put on the weapons, and they have very clear icons, so there's not really much of a language barrier. I feel bad for the team that's working on 4's patch. It's like, they're doing an amazing job. They're making one of the best games, one of the best Musou games ever made. They're making it more accessible, because language barrier definitely is a problem in 4. The other games, there's not really much to read at all. And what little there is has already been translated on the wiki. But 4 is a nightmare, as it has way more reading involved. But I legit feel bad for the team, because they're doing a good job. It's the emulator team is not fixing the games. So, like, they could translate every line of text in that game, and it's still going to crash every 10 minutes. And the sound's going to cut out. It's just a shitty situation. There's nothing the translator team can do about it. I've had them come in here before, and they've watched me, and I'm like, this isn't your guys' fault. The people making the emulator need to fix it. And I feel like games like that should be a priority, because the preservation is more important on a game like that versus something you can just buy off Steam or Origin or something. Which is, honestly, there are a lot of PS3 games that run on there that you can just play somewhere else. There are a lot of them. It's mostly like the JRPGs, like the Tales games, a lot of the fighting games. Those, I would argue, those are like the biggest ones. A lot of other stuff, it's like you can play that game like literally anywhere. Actually, let's go ahead and look at that really quick. I'm curious. It's like some of this stuff I would never boot up in an emulator. Sports games are pretty obvious ones too. I mean, those are obsolete within 6 months. Yeah, a lot of the stuff nobody's ever going to play works fine. Like, Capcom won't even fucking port the games to Switch, so they don't care. Arslan PC port. Asura's Wrath, that's actually a good one. That game's not on PC. I think it has a 60 FPS patch too, so that's like, if you want to play that game, that's the best way to play it. I agree with that one. The Batman games, like, who's gonna play these on emulator? Just buy it on PC. It's even on PS4. there's no point in playing that in emulator. Any of the Batman games. Bayonetta, shit Bayonetta, shit Bayonetta PS3 port works fine. Like, why would anybody in their right mind play that? You can get it on Switch. Switch of all things. The PC port's like $6 every week. I get that, like, there's a varying amount of difficulty to emulate games, but their priorities seem really weird. Like, a lot of this stuff, there's no point in ever playing it on an emulator. A decent chunk of it. As PS3 was around the era where they started to port stuff to PC more often. I don't know, it's just frustrating. I wonder what the Muso games are like on here. There's the Koei ones. There's a decent chunk of those you can't play on. You can't like get an actual legal version of anymore. The Dark Souls games. Who's gonna play those on emulator? Legit no point. Darksiders. Dead or Alive's another one that's on PC. Yeah, I might just do that too, to be honest. I really feel bad for them. They're working hard on that, but the emulator sucks. It's not really a good way to play the game. No, it's not. I can't even really blame the emulator team. They're doing a thankless job. They really are. Really, the fault just goes to Capcom. They're the source of it, really. You know, people would buy those games. You put like 3 Utage and 4 Sumeragi in a double pack, and you put that game on Switch, and you put effort into it, and it was a good port, because those games ran perfectly on PS3 of all things. People would buy that. And it's laughable and depressing. Laughable and depressing that they can't even be bothered to do that. It's like, that's how you know they don't care. It's like, they have like almost everything else on Switch. And the Capcom Switch ports are actually some of the best ones. In terms of just turning on and working and not having terrible performance or like blurry dynamic resolution. That was what killed the Anniversary for me, was that I wasn't really expecting a game. I was still depressed when a new game didn't come. But the fact that they couldn't even be bothered to port them, that was what really made me get to the stage of acceptance that, like, the series is dead. They're not going to make another game. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Especially when you consider how much the Muso games sell on Switch, like the Koei ones. All of them sell, like, really well on Switch. Minus the shitty hardware, Switch is, like, one of the best places to play Muso games. Because they have pretty much all of them on there. They're already, like, pretty portable-friendly games, because they have, you know, quick, like, 10-15-minute battles. And there's all the exclusive ones on there, too, like the Hyrule Warriors games and stuff, Fire Emblem games. It's like, do they not notice? Like, how tone-deaf can you be? Like, those games are selling like crazy. And you have the best ones in your possession, and you won't even put them on there. It's like, come on now. That was like the only thing I was realistically expecting. Nope, you're gonna shill that shitty mobile game that didn't even last. It died like a couple months after that Anniversary. Yeah, that's why I don't play it that much anymore. I get depressed that they just don't care about it. They can't even do the bare minimum and like port it. Yeah, I think anybody that says that it's dead because they didn't announce a new game is wrong. It's dead because they won't even port them. That really tells you. Because we live in an era where they'll resell you the same game over and over and over, and they make like barely any changes. They don't even fix things about older games like that everybody hates. Like everybody agrees that there's flaws in those games. They don't even fix them. They just upscale them and like make them run like a little bit better. I mean, they do that so much, and they can't do it with that. I don't know. I always tell people to just download the ROMs for games like that. It's the company's responsibility to make it available, and if they don't, then you shouldn't be deprived of playing the game. It's like if your relative passes away, like you shouldn't be deprived of their belongings or like your photos of them or something just because they're gone. But that's kind of how video games are right now. They kind of are like that. They have like a couple years where they're relevant, and then you literally can't buy them anymore. It's not even possible to buy them legally. So the games don't deserve to die like that. It's really just the company's responsibility. There's not really much else that can be done. The thing that bothers me about it is the game's already run fine, so there really isn't much that needs to be done, I would think. Yeah, don't deprive yourself of a good game because of incompetence from the people that own it. Don't do that. I used to do that, but I don't anymore. I snapped out of it. Like, dude, I don't want the shit I played growing up to die because the people that make it don't care. that's what. That's kind of what the kitty sitting streams are. So I play a lot of those old games. It's a little bit of a departure from the content I normally do, but I like it. Especially since most of them run fine, even when I'm streaming. It's mostly just some of the PS2 and Dolphin stuff doesn't run well. I don't know, they said it took them like 3 years to get Vesperia Definitive Edition out. I'm like, how does that take so long? Actually, yeah, Kingdom Hearts is another one too. Kingdom Hearts is I don't like Kingdom Hearts that much. I think they're like average games at best. I've never really gotten to the really high level part of them or anything. so my opinion doesn't matter that much. But I will definitely agree that ever since they put those games on PC, it's one of the most accessible RPG series. They have all of them on there. Basically the entire series. The pricing on them is pretty shitty. It's like $120 for all of them, something like that, on sale. But at least they're all there. So if you want to play that, learn about that clusterfuck of a storyline, you can just you can easily do that. Which is something I cannot say for Tales, Basara, most Musou games. You can't do that. Although the Kingdom Hearts ports had a lot of problems because they had the game logic tied to the frame rate, so they couldn't just crap out those ports. I know there were a lot of inconsistencies. I beat the first 2 games, but like I never took it to a higher level. I don't like those games enough. I mean, I understand that they're great games. A lot of people grew up with them and stuff, but I think for me, part of the problem is I was already like, the first game came out when I was like 16, so it was already pretty close to adulthood. They weren't like kids games for me. That's definitely a big part of it for me. I'm sure it would have been more magical to play them if I had been born later. I was already in high school when the first one came out, and the second one came out when I graduated, so I wasn't really the core demographic for it. I understand that they're good games. I just don't like them that much. They're okay. Not really something I'd spend a lot of time on. Although, to be fair, I never played the Final Mix versions of Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. I only played the vanilla. I know they added a lot of stuff. My opinion's definitely pretty skewed. I'll be the first to admit that. It's like, usually with Kingdom Hearts games, they do a Final Mix. They add like an actual end game and they polish the game up and stuff. And I never played those versions. I played the ones that came out first. Yeah, Dragon Quest is in a pretty good spot too, I'd argue. You can get a hold of those games legally, relatively easy. Most of them. A vast majority of them anyway.
I'll do my...
Okay, so what I'm playing right now is the definitive edition of this on PC. Now, it was Claymore. Claymore is a, he plays a lot of the same stuff I do. He plays Musou, but he plays PGR, some of the other games I play. He plays Neo as well. I was lurking in his stream, and I decided to talk to him. And he welcomed me and everything. And he said he was playing the definitive edition. I'm like, what? That's not on PC. All they have is the Steam version, which has like $200 of DLC. And it's like, it's still like $90 of it, even when it's discounted. He said, no, it's on there. Yeah, I bought it. I'll have to make a video about this, because there's legit no reason to... I want to test this out a little bit first, but there's no reason to buy the Steam version. I just want to see how the actual game works first, before I crap out a video. I don't know why they don't advertise this. It's pretty whack, to be honest. No, I literally, like, just booted this up. I just booted this up. I haven't messed with it yet. I don't see why it would be any different, but I'm curious. I don't really mind playing this again. I didn't have any of the DLC when I played this game. I had none of it, besides the weapons. Let's see how it goes with gameplay. Instant load time. I don't know, people don't realize I played this game in Japanese. Played this game in Japanese with none of the patches. This game had a lot of problems before they patched it. I don't even remember what exactly the problem was. I think it was, the weapon fusion was whack. Some other things I can't remember. That's the thing about, importing these games, is you really do get a better experience when you wait. I guess I can try the cheat engine now. Let me do that really quick. I don't see why it wouldn't work. It seems like the exact same game. I could be wrong, though. I don't know if I even really mind not cheating. It doesn't bother me. Let's see, what's the most recent table? I don't think they ever really even updated this game. I think they just one and done. I'm looking for it right now. Yeah. Samurai Warriors 5 having no DLC, no patches, and DLC that's not even worth buying is pretty telling. They don't believe in that game. So I mean, they're one of the most DLC hungry publishers out there. They didn't even want to make anything for that game. I'm like, yeah, that game is jank. It's fun when you play it on easy. When you play it on anything other than easy, it's just a jank, non-functional mess. It's just they didn't even fix the problems with the DLC. It's just like more cutscenes and stuff. I can't even find the process for it. That might be the one downside to this, folks. I can't seem to find it. Oh wait, here we go. Hold on. One moment. One moment. 2 minutos. Let's see. Yeah, this table is not working. Doesn't seem to be working anyway. Try to get down the bottom of this. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of help here. So I started on the Switch version. I can easily hack the gold myself. That's not a problem. That's one of the easiest things to do, is just find the value for the gold. But they have a lot of other cool stuff in here, and it doesn't seem to be working. Update select officer. Yeah, I'm not seeing the values change. It's like Disgaea 2, when Etna comes back and then something happens and she goes back to level 1 and she actually says that. That's what this feels like. I'm only like 10-15 hours into the Switch version, so it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, the game itself seems to be fine. I don't know if there's any other way I can get around this. try another table. Yeah, none of the values on this are working at all. Let me try free mode. I think this might just be a lost cause.
There are none who can stop me.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. Was this common with Microsoft Store stuff? I've never really bought anything off there. As much as people bitch about the Epic Game Stores, the mods and stuff still work. It's just you don't have like Steam Workshop support, so a lot of like indie games like Dead Cells and Binding of Isaac and stuff, it's a shit place to buy those games because you really do miss out a lot. You miss out on a lot with those games. Like stuff like this, it's fine to buy it on Epic. It's not any different. Yeah, I think the way this works is the Windows Store versions have different values. So if you bought this game like DRM free or on Steam, the tables will work because the game itself has not been updated in years. I think that's how it works. Cause I'm looking at the site where you get these tables from, and I noticed they have a lot of different ones for Microsoft Store. So I'm thinking that's just what the problem is. You know, the game itself is the same. It's the same game, just with all the DLC included. The values are different. So when you try to load one from the Steam version, it doesn't work. I'm noticing there's a couple games like that on here. So I think trying to do this is a lost cause. I'll just have to play the game from scratch, which I don't mind. Pretty much all the hot games come out at the end of this month, so it's looking like that's what the deal is here. And since no one even knows this version exists, highly unlikely there's a table for this. I'm looking right now. Well, I didn't really care. I didn't really care because I already had the game on. Switch. But I tried to load up the Steam version before I went on vacation, and my save got wiped for whatever reason. So I actually uninstalled the Steam version. It's like if I do play this again, I'm not gonna bother if I don't have all the DLC. The DLC actually, this game actually has pretty good DLC. It's too expensive, yes, but it definitely does add a lot to the game. It's worth buying. It's just it's ridiculously overpriced. So Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hack the gold.
There are none who can stop me.
I'm gonna go ahead and hack the gold. So I can do that myself, that's easy. Just gonna give myself a bunch of 9s. But I need a more common value than 1,000. I think they did, actually. I think they did. That game has a whole other problem. The Steam page for that is a mess. It has like $800 of DLC, but like less than a quarter of it is like actual content. The rest is characters for the free-to-play version. But they didn't bother to separate it, so it looks like one of those train simulator games that have like $2,000 of DLC. It's like, it's not as bad as it looks. It's still bad, yes, but it doesn't have that much DLC. I think they should have had that stuff in game. They should have like changed it. So it's like you can't see that stuff when you're actually looking at the game, but you had to go into the game itself to buy it. A lot of the service games do that. That would have been better.
Allow me to join you.
To come out alone.
Return to nothingness.
People making decisions for these games seem kind of clueless. People don't like it when they look at a game they might be interested in buying and see that it has like 2 months, like 2 or 3 months worth of rent of DLC. Like, there's plenty of games you can get for dirt cheap with like every season pass for like the price of a decent meal. So you look at something like this and it doesn't have that, people are gonna look the other way, buy something else. Like, it's not rocket science. You gotta make things welcoming to new people, not just like people like me that will buy it because they love the games. Actually do research into like what's worth buying. And nope, let's just have like 3 months rent worth of DLC on the page. Most of it is pointless, or not even actual DLC like the Dynasty Warriors 9 Steam page. Imagine what it was like buying Dynasty Warriors 6. It's on 360 or PS3. There was a lot of hype around that game. I think a lot of people don't remember that, but there was quite a bit because of the time frame that it came out. There wasn't really a whole lot else to play. Obviously, people were more interested in more mainstream stuff like Halo and Call of Duty and stuff, but there was quite a bit of hype for that game. You know, that was like the peak of Dynasty Warriors' popularity, really, coming right off the peak of that. Imagine like how many people were pissed they found out they decloned 6 characters on the fucking PS2. Like the platform you upgraded from. There were like barely any Musou games on Xbox. Very few. Realistically, if you're interested in that game at all, besides just randomly finding the trailer on YouTube, you already had a PS2. Basically telling you to go back to your old console, buy the game again, to get the actual content.
Do as you please with me.
It's odd how people forgot that they did that. That is one of the worst things this company has ever done. A real slap in the face. It's like if they put like Dynasty Warriors 9 on like the 3DS and they declone like 20 characters. Samurai Warriors 5 on PS3 with like 20 more movesets, so that like almost all the unique characters that aren't NPCs. I'd like to think that they won't do that again, but I really think that they will at some point. Something stupid like that just doesn't make sense. I don't know, a lot of people weren't around for that happening, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure the next couple Musou games will be on PS4, as much as they shouldn't be. I'm fairly certain they will be. Okay, so let me sell one of these so I can find the value. This 1900 still has a lot of values coming up. Let's try this now. There you go! Look at the number. Notice anything different there? You can do it yourself, kids. There you go. Alright, well, I'm Elon Musk now, okay? I'm gonna go into space for 5 minutes, and it costs like $5 billion. I could do that now. There you go. So the rest I'll have to find an easier value. Let me go ahead and save that. Let me make sure it sticks. And money is always one of the easiest things to find. It's just you have to have it be like an odd number. It has to be an uncommon number so you can find the value. That's why I sold that halberd. Because the cheat engine brought up a lot of values. Cheat engine brought up a lot of values for 1,000, but when I sold that halberd, I had 2,775. So I put that in cheat engine, And the only value you could find was the gold. There's no other value in the game that's that number. The materials and stuff's gonna be a lot harder to find. Let's see. Yeah, 6 has like tons of them. Probably be a lot harder to do the materials because they cap at 999, so probably would need a lot of them. Alright, so let me close the game and make sure that it's saved. I'm pretty sure it should. Right now the value is frozen, which means that when the value is frozen, it means that the number won't change. So if you give yourself like if you give yourself like 10,000 gold in something and something costs 100, if you have the value frozen, it will stay at 10,000 regardless of how much you spend. So generally what you do is you save, and then that way you don't need to have Cheat Engine open. So let's see if that works. Yeah, here you go. So the number should go down now if I buy something. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I could make a video about this. Probably do it in the morning. Let's just go ahead and knock out these tutorials. I'm probably gonna call it a night.
Going to face me. Step forward. That one is the key to turning the tide. Begin pursuit immediately.
You are a fool to come out here alone. I'm not free to fall prey to my attack. I press the attack. Return to nothingness. I have been looking. I press the attack. Return to nothingness.
Allow me to study him.
This was like the first Muso port that they put on Steam. There are other PC ports. A lot of people aren't aware that there's a lot of these games you can get on PC, but you have to either go find an abandonware download or buy it off eBay or something. This was the first one that they put out. This was when they started taking PC seriously. So it doesn't have a lot of the things the other ports do. This came out in 2014, so pretty long time ago. Yeah, but a lot of people think that the ones on Steam are the only ones. They're the only ones you can buy legally. They're not the only ones out there. There's plenty more. I don't know, in their defense though, those games are made for like Windows XP and shit. Like, it's probably a nightmare to get them to run. And if they just dump them on Steam as is, people aren't gonna like that. I call their bluff there. I understand why they're not on. But yeah, if you can track those games down, as far as I know, they're good ports. The only ports I played was Samurai Warriors 2 and Orochi 1. I never played any of the other ones, so I don't know about their quality. I'm sure if their performance was an issue, you can just brute force it with having 15 years better hardware than when the games were released. But I don't know if they have any other problems. Dynasty Warriors 6 has a port as well. Orochi Z on PC. Wow, I didn't know that. I'll have to track that down. I think Dynasty Warriors 6 is the gimped version, though. It doesn't have the PS2 content, so you're kind of boned there. As far as I can tell, anyway.
Are you lost, you poor little... Looks like you got the best of me. Alright, I'm going to join you.
Huh.
Allow me to study under this. Thanks to your efforts, everything went well.
You know, I don't know if people know this, but the Koei Tecmo America social media rep / community manager, he actively calls them out, the suits, on the DLC practices, but they don't want to change. They don't seem to realize, like, how bad it looks. Dynasty Warriors 9 already has a bad reputation, and it doesn't entirely deserve anymore, because it's a lot better than when it came out. But if somebody wants to give that game a chance, and they see $800 of DLC, unless they're filthy rich, they're gonna go the other way. They're gonna go buy Borderlands 2 with all the DLC for 17 bucks. They're not gonna give Dynasty Warriors a chance. Like, you gotta stop doing that. No, Eric, the new one. Chin's been gone from Koei Tecmo for ages.
Step forward.
Years now.
I press the attack. Return to nothingness.
It's like they gotta get away from like making it look like the game has more microtransactions than a mobile game. Like
Allow me to study under
you have to stop doing that. It's imperative. That's the whole reason why people play games like this, is because it's you buy the game once and you buy the content for it, if there is any, and that's it. Like, you get the full experience. There's no more after that, yes, but you move on to another game. When you go on, even this game is not as page is not as bad as Dynasty Warrior 9, but it still has like $200 of it, so it looks bad. Like, they have to stop doing that. Consolidate it. Consolidate it and make it like a reasonable price, so that people besides Elon Musk can play it. I don't understand why they don't get that. Yes, games are more expensive to make, and they have to do stuff like that to make ends meet. I get that, but like, that's the kind of stuff that makes people not want to play mobile games. You go on and there's like 800 microtransactions. It looks bad. In a good mobile game, or service game in general, it's like, it's not needed to get that stuff. Maybe like, you know, the experience buff that's $1, or the inventory expansion that's like a one-time $6 purchase. Like, if you're gonna play the game for more than a couple hours, that's worth it. But I don't know, man. It's like just no progress is made in that field, which is weird because Samurai Warriors 5 does not have that problem. It has the season pass for $35, which has everything. It's just the content is trash. There's no reason to buy it. It doesn't solve the problems of that game, which is the lack of movesets and the lack of levels to play on. And the lack of modes to play. Like, it doesn't solve any of those problems, so it's not really worth buying. That's definitely the most reasonable price right there. It's just, it's still not solving the problem, because you're still getting crap value. It doesn't really add to the game, which is weird, because pretty much all the Dynasty Warriors games, they do help. Warriors Orochi 4, most of the DLC for that is pointless. It's just costumes, so if you don't care about getting new threads for your homies, none of that really matters. But they have like the extra modes and the sacred treasures and stuff, like, that's worth the money. The problem is there's just so much shit on the page, and somebody who doesn't know the ins and outs of how this stuff works is going to be scared away. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's frustrating when the community manager realizes that it's stupid, and just the people in charge don't want to fix it. I think that's what makes it worse. He does really good work. I'm really glad we have him now. I just feel bad that he's overworked. He's doing like the jobs of like 4 people. And he's stuck with old, balding Japanese dudes in charge of the company who think that the way that they do DLC is acceptable, and that it brings new people in, which it does not. It scares them away. I mean, look, you can get Skyrim, you can get Borderlands, you can get like the Fallout games, like all of that stuff with all the DLC for like $20. No one new is gonna look at some weeb game like Dynasty Warriors with $300 of DLC and stick around. They're gonna leave because there's other stuff to play. Not in the same type of game, for sure. I mean, if you're looking for a Musou game, you have very few options, realistically. But there's other stuff to play that's way cheaper and comes with everything, and it's like the price of a decent meal at a restaurant. Like, they have to realize that's their competition. And just because they're the only ones really putting out those kinds of games anymore doesn't mean that people, they still have other competition from other genres. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks that this is a problem. I guess it's just like political stuff. It's not going to change until the people that are making these dumb decisions, they die. They die or they retire or whatever. They stop working at the companies. It's the only way it's going to change. I don't even think it's a matter of voting with your wallet anymore. I think it's legit just the people in charge need to not work there anymore. They need to move on to something else. Alright, well, I think I'm done for tonight. I'm gonna check this game out. This game looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I'll probably do a kitty sitting stream today, unless I play more Diablo with my mom. We'll see. I'm enjoying that game. It's a good replacement for KOF. I'm tired of playing that game. I don't really see a reason to go back in the direction it's going. So probably play that, the Dynasty Warriors game, and PGR. Those will be my service games. There's a bunch of stuff coming out this month, actually. Let's see. This comes out later today. I'll definitely will buy this. This game looks right up my alley. Sick-ass pixel art, melee combat. It's my jam. I might buy this, too. I don't know how much content it has, though. Sometimes early access roguelikes really suck, because they don't have, like, a good gameplay loop yet. You kind of just beat the game and then just go back into it. There's no, like, progression. I don't know how far along that game is. It's definitely some indie... Oh. There's definitely some indie roguelikes that are kind of shitty to buy in early access. This looks kind of cool, but it's online and it's going to have like 4 people playing, so I don't expect that one to go anywhere. I think Final Vendetta is out this month. I'm looking at this game, but seems like what I was just mentioning, early access roguelike with doesn't have the full gameplay loop yet, so I'm waiting on this one, especially because it's $25. There's other roguelikes I can play that are finished. Turtles is supposed to be supposedly on in 2 weeks. Apparently, PlayStation Network store had a brief period where you could see it was coming out on the 16th. So I actually think this is going to get announced this week. But all signs point to it being sometime this month. It's either 16th or the 30th, from what I've seen. So I'll be playing that. This comes out later today as well. I'll probably buy this. Probably check this out later. I looked at the Switch version. It looks pretty bad. 30 FPS, which for a game like this is unacceptable. Pixel art. It also has like long-ass load times. So probably get that on PC. There's the Monster Hunter expansion, which I already paid for. So we'll probably play some of that this month. I can't think if there's anything else. Diablo Immortal just dropped. I'm having fun playing that. Noen on PGR China, he comes out like today, I think. So I'll check that out too. Those are the main ones, pretty much. Turtles, Monster Hunter expansion, and what was the other one? Yeah, Soldiers. Yeah, that comes out today. So in between that, I'll probably play some Dynasty Warriors 8. I would play the Basara games, but the freaking emulator is so unreliable. It's just an exercise in frustration. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. There'll definitely be a kitty sitting stream later today. I might play some more Diablo Immortal later. Other than that, it's just gonna be the usual stuff. I can't seem to find a cheat table for Dynasty Warriors 8. Let me try that really quick before I go. See if they have a trainer. Trainer might work, actually. I don't trust these trainer sites. I actively avoid them because a cheat engine table can't have any malware in it. It's literally just it's just pointing. It's just a program that points the values of the values of something to the game and vice versa, and you can tweak the values, which lets you cheat money. You can change properties and stuff depending on the game. And I'm like really apprehensive about downloading trainers. Yeah, I can't seem to find a good trainer anyway. I seriously doubt it works. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. I'll see you guys later. Peace.